We are back, Peanut Gallery. There's a lot of talks here regarding the London shows.
Well, yeah.
So let's talk about both of them. Let's talk about the dynamics regarding the audience in the United Kingdom.
So obviously, both of these shows are proving to be extremely popular. I mean, you say all you want about them not being able to sell out like 5,000 tickets, but then you go to All In and they broke a record. They broke like ticket records.
Right.
Like, I think All In has made more money at this point than WrestleMania 32 has, and that was in Texas. So not only are they selling the tickets at a higher price, but they're also selling a lot more tickets, I think, than most people realize.
People want to see the skeptical within AEW and if it can work. I just don't know enough information regarding it. I think it's great. Like, seriously, I think it's going to be impressive, but they got to follow up right.
Well, yeah, they do. And it's just telling us to, like, just the passion of the fans that are out there, just in general, for professional wrestling. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there aren't any major wrestling promotions that are like worldwide known in the in the United Kingdom, like the WWE.
There is a market right now for a very viable big wrestling company.
There is, and London and England doesn't have that. The United Kingdom doesn't have it.
I'll be honest with you. If I was Tony Khan, I would have started the company in England because they already own a soccer team, and their football team goes to, I think, the same stadium all the time.
And the other thing too is I think a lot of that has to do as well. The language is the same. The primary language is English, so you'll understand that a little bit better.
Right.
And you'll have a lot of superstars who come from England.
Yeah,
and Ireland, and that has been just a constant throughout the history of professional wrestling in general.
This whole market is just starving for a big wrestling like a huge wrestling promotion. I mean, Japan has it because they targeted the market.
Yeah,
there's just not something there. There's progress, but progress ain't doing this. They're like in small bingo halls.
Yeah,
there are plenty of smaller stadiums and arenas that they can easily do like a copycat WWE over there and tour around constantly.
I just don't think it would. I don't know. I don't know how viable such a move would be. But again, you got two huge shows going on in London during the summer, and they've both proven to be pretty popular shows.
Yeah, I mean, both of them. I mean, we're covering them the same weekend.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
No, we're not. We're covering Forbidden Door the same weekend as Money in the Bank.
Yes, we're covering them on the same show.
Forbidden Door is not the one in London.
Oh, sorry. My brain just froze there for a second.
My God, what's going on with your head
I am having
here?
a struggle.
I know, seriously. So yeah, I mean, they don't do a lot of shows in England. And I think they should do more, and they have attempted to do more in the past, but of course
WWE does their UK tours over there.
Yep.
I think every single year for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
It's been proven to be extremely valuable.
I just don't think that a full-time UK-based professional wrestling organization has enough capacity to kind of fill that.
Now, WWE tried with NXT UK.
They did.
Well, I think the only thing, it would have been so much bigger if the pandemic didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
pandemic ruined.
It took like England, the United Kingdom, a long time to get back out from capacity. So that's why it failed, because they were doing really well with NXT UK. I mean, it was selling out everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, if they really wanted to start pushing this up, if they see that demand, I think they were trying to give a little feeler for the demand. Probably would have been better, but the pandemic did do a kibosh on that whole thing. Now, us being out and Triple H now being in charge, they most likely will be doing it, maybe attempting another version
again, they're doing NXT Europe now, and we talked about that in the past, why Europe is a little bit different than UK is just in terms of logistics, but a full foray back into the UK should not be taken out of the question.
Right, exactly. It shouldn't. I don't think it should. I think it would be a great idea. I think there will be logistical issues with it, obviously.
Right.
But if you know how to set that stuff up before, and I think we have two companies that obviously have the track record to get this shit taken care of and taken care of the right way, there is a market there for promotion like it.
Yeah.
There really is. I mean, there's been a lot of talks to go to Australia recently.
Right.
And I think that's been incredibly interesting as it relates to possibly a bigger wrestling promotion.
Right, and again, Europe is one of those other places where professional wrestling just is not as popular as it is in the UK.
Now, a place that is popular, and I'm surprised that they haven't done anything with it, is India.
Oh yeah, well, India again is a very hard market to tap into.
Well, India, I think there's a lot more of that logistical issue with India,
Yeah.
but I think Ring Ka King really showcases that starvation because
Ring Ka
the
King-
first,
Ring Ka
that
King
first
was-
episode had 32 million people watching. Do you know how badly that these companies would just love to have that kind of viewership for a television show, for a weekly television show? It's crazy.
Well, yeah, but again, I think that there were other factors outside of.
Oh, there is.
I don't think any of those people paid for their tickets for one.
Well, the people in the audience, but the numbers for like the channel,
right?
didn't
The
buy.
television, right? But I don't think it made them any money. They didn't make any money off that venture.
I don't know. I don't know what the.
And then we gotta
liability was.
right, and then you gotta consider other things too about the wrestlers, but.
There's the wrestlers, but then there's also the demographic that they're targeting. Because I mean, even just between North America and
Right.
Europe, that's a huge difference. Think of North American audiences and Indian audiences.
Right.
I mean, think of all of those factors.
Right. But again, I think the big reason is because there's a common culture and language for both of those, for both the United States and in England more generally, United Kingdom. But, these shows are just very successful over there. And it is because they're looking for something. They're looking for more wrestling on television.
Right.
And I don't know how much they can do, at least in comparison to other areas of the world. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to talk about these, just both London shows, even the AEW show. The show that struggles over here to sell out small arenas is selling out a major stadium in the United Kingdom.
Now, I mean, there are a couple of factors that could be involved in that. I mean, this is AEW's first, true stadium show.
Yes.
And when they announced it, I mean, this is all in.
Right.
Like, this is not a regular Dynamite. This is all in. This is one of their major pay-per-views.
Yes.
So, I mean, I would say they're WrestleMania, essentially.
Right.
Or Double or Nothing, depending on who you ask. But I think it's a very interesting thing, and I think there will be more of this.
Yes.
I think there will be maybe a yearly show in the United Kingdom somewhere. Look at Clash of the Castle.
Right.
That one was wildly successful. And it made great moments, and I think they're really starting to see that value. And I'm like, please give us more of this. I don't care if the show is, at noon here.
Right.
But I think it's a very interesting thing. And, I didn't even think about that. Keep in mind that these two companies' primary markets are in the United States. And think of the time zone difference that would take, because they're not going to go live at 5 o'clock in the morning to cater to the American audiences. They're going to go live at, noon.
Right.
So, and how many people can sit there at noon and watch? I mean, people watch football, so,
Yeah.
I mean, it might work.
Yeah, it might work, yeah. And I, and again, the WWE has shown that you can do shows overseas without too much of an issue with time zone restrictions. I mean,
Absolutely.
people will just watch it whenever they're able to watch it.
Right.
And
I think it makes it convenient.
yeah, and again, now that WWE has a network and AEW has Fight, because Fight, you can replay stuff on Fight. Now, back in the pay-per-view days, you could not replay that.
You could. When you bought it for 24 hours. You could watch it as many times
but,
as you want.
But I don't think that has the same effect as something
God,
like
no.
the network
Oh,
does.
no. That's wildly different.
Yeah.
That's wildly different. And I think the Wembley show for WWE SummerSlam was not the last time that they were in England, right?
No,
For
they
pay-per-view.
yeah, I don't. No, they were 2001 Insurrection.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay.
Was the last
I
one.
think this was the first time that Wembley Stadium has seen a wrestling show since
since since '92. But yeah, I just want to again, just something that crossed my mind as we're coming into our first UK show of the season. We're gonna have another one.
Not tonight.
No.
My brain just went
Again,
like super
this
excited.
is not the England show.
I know.
Fuck, man.
Oh God, I don't know why my brain did that. I think I just got so jazzed up.
Yeah.
So it is. What it is.
But that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I don't think I could have said it any better. So when we come back, we're gonna watch a match again.
Hooray.